Abraham's journey in life is one of great faith and patience. In the book of Genesis, we are given more insight into the journey Abraham went through that led up to the events of Genesis chapter 22. When Abraham was 62 years old, he was already married to Sarai, known as Sarah. They didn't have any children yet, and it was going through a period of time where there was a great famine in the land, and it was hard to come by to have enough for food. Now, the Lord had already promised Abraham that he would have a land of inheritance, and he was given a Urim thumb that gave him knowledge of the astronomy, and that knowledge was then later shared with the Pharaoh. It helped gain the Pharaoh's favor. 13 years go by. Abraham's 75 years old. He's in Pharaoh's house, and he's being told by the Lord to tell the Pharaoh that Sarai is your sister. If you tell him that she is your wife, he will kill you. And so they do that. They're able to be saved, and they gained enough favor that the Pharaoh gave them sheep, oxen, maidservants, camels, and enough to get through the famine. Now, at this time, Sarah was 65 years old. But now, at 76 years old, Abraham had Hagar join their household as a maidservant, and she is from Egypt. And 10 years go by. Sarah still has no children, and she goes to Abraham and says to take Hagar and through her have a child, and that they will be able to have posterity. And that is where Ishmael is born. And at this time, Sarah still has no children, and 13 years go by. Now, Abraham is 99 years old, and he's being promised that he would be a father of many nations. Ishmael would have been 13 years old, and Sarah still has no children. And at this point, she doesn't believe she can become pregnant. But they are promised that through Sarah, Isaac will be born. And at 100 years old, that happens. Now, Isaac, when he's older, Abraham is told to take up a journey to the land of Moriah, to one of the mountains. And this journey is not an easy one. It took Abraham 3 days of journey, even after getting up early in the morning. And he did this to fulfill what he has been told by God to do. Now, Isaac is very much in similitude to Jesus Christ, for Isaac had to carry the wood for his own sacrifice, similar to how Jesus Christ carried the cross. Isaac was pretty much allowed himself to be sacrificed. At this time, he would have been easily able to break the bonds bound to him by Abraham, given that Abraham would have been probably at least 110 years old. But he had the faith that he could be saved. His dad told him the Lord would provide a sacrifice for him. And sure enough, that happened. Through the thicket, there was a ram that was caught with his horns. And it was this experience, going through this experience, being willing to give up his only son, that Abraham showed his commitment and his fear of the Lord. And that Isaac, being willing to also do that, showed that they were both worthy of the priesthood and the lineage, and essentially would be the promise of the Abrahamic covenant.